Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily sickness video, and happy Sunday to each and every one of you. And as always, hope you guys are having a great day and a fantastic weekend. So alright, let's get down to today's daily sickness video. And yesterday, headed out to the Hershey, Pennsylvania area once again. Me and my family, we head out that way all the time. There's a lot of great stores out there, and we like going to the Hershey Park and the chocolate world they have out there. There's some other cool stuff, and we run some errands out there sometimes. So had to run out there to run some errands, and of course, on the way out there, I'm certainly going to hit up all the great stores that are on the way out there. In fact, there are a lot of really cool thrift stores and pawn shops and all kinds of places to hunt on the way out to Hershey, Pennsylvania. There's even a flea market out that way, and like on the weekends, sometimes in the summer, like the whole there's this whole stretch of road that's just like yard sales and stuff. It's really, really cool. A lot of great hunting to be had heading out to Hershey, Pennsylvania on Route 422 in Pennsylvania. It's awesome. But when I am with the family, I kind of just hit up the major stores. I'm not going to make them stop everywhere. So, I hit up the Goodwill, the Salvation Army. There's a big thrift store out that way. There's a rental store I like to hit up. So a lot of stuff like that. So I basically hit up the stores so I can kind of like hunt at really quickly, and I don't have to make them wait too long. They come in the store with me and shop around, but nevertheless, I don't want to make my wife, spend an hour in a store while I look through movies. So just hit up kind of the major stuff, and then when I head out there, like with a friend or by myself, I hit up like everything. But anyway, headed out there, hit up a lot of cool stores, and I did do some filming, so let's go hunting. Well, alright guys, here we are at our first stop, the first of two Goodwills that I hit up today, and this Goodwill has definitely proved to have some awesome finds before. I've even found things like beta VCRs here, which is pretty cool, so let's see what they have today. And a decent stock. Looks like a lot more stuff they had than last time I was here. And as you can see, some pretty decent titles. I mean, right off the bat, I'm coming across personal video discs for the video now. 3 bundled together there for $3, so $1 a piece. I mean, that's pretty awesome just to start off with. And it kept going. You see a lot of cool stuff here. Unfortunately, not a ton of titles that I actually needed to pick up, things I didn't already have. Lots of CDs as well, which is really nice. As you guys know, I'm back into collecting CDs, so obviously it's pretty cool to walk in and see a huge stack of them like that. And tons of records, which, had I had more time, I may have looked through, because who knows, there could be some Laserdiscs in there. You never know, but I didn't even look, did not have the time, unfortunately. This is pretty interesting. You guys let me know about this. Cold Feet, the complete first season. I've never seen this. I guess it's a British TV show. I've never seen it, but definitely intrigued by that. Wanted to grab that. This was cool. The Hobbit. Already have it. Don't need it, but brand new factory sealed DVD. Awesome. And you can't go wrong with coming across some Spice Girls, their greatest hit CD. I have 2 different copies of that already, but anyway. Also came across this. What I Like About You Season 1. Not something I come across very often. An okay show. It's sort of rare for me, so I would have grabbed a second copy, but unfortunately the discs were scratched, so I did have to pass on it. But I grabbed this as a second copy. Some Iron Man. Look at this. Brand new, factory sealed for like $3. Had to grab that. Absolutely fantastic. Even though I do already have it, but I had to pick it up as a backup for that price. And this was cool. A Dracula Untold cup. Not the greatest movie, but it was just cool to come across that. And unfortunately, as far as their electronics were concerned, this was it. Some VCRs. No remotes, so nothing I needed to grab. So that was it for the first stop. But then we moved on to Salvation Army. The Salvation Army Family Store. But I don't know what makes that difference. And if I can figure out how to get into the store by going into the entrance, not the exit, we'd be good. Alright, so we go in. And look at this. Yeah, they treat their movies pretty well here. I mean, that movie, like, sign that hangs there and all this stuff, and just so much stuff. Look at this. Not for sale. I really wanted those cardboard cutouts. That would have been cool. But look at all the VHS and DVDs. Surprisingly, a ton of VHS here. And I say that because I've been seeing less and less VHS at stores I go to. It's been less VHS, more DVDs. I think a lot of stores just aren't taking in as much VHS as they used to. This store had a ton of it, which certainly makes for some good hunting, because who knows what, rare out-of-print titles are in here, so very cool. And come across my, 5 millionth copy of this Gone with the Wind set. I come across this so much. I have 2 different versions of this. Crappy thing is, that should be white, not off brown or whatever it is. It's crazy. And then we have some Gohan here. Look at this. I did actually get this. Not for me. I picked it up for Simba Jr. Had to pick up some DBZ for him. And this was awesome. A Dual 8 film projector. Very cool. Unfortunately, as the sign says, it did need a new lamp, and I'm assuming whoever tested this knew what they were talking about, as they didn't say it needed a new bulb. They actually used the word lamp, which is the correct term when you're talking about the light bulb that goes inside the film projector. So I did test it out. Everything ran, but yeah, the lamp was in fact burnt out. So they're kind of expensive, so I didn't bother to pick it up. But for $10, I don't know, maybe I should have. And this was really cool. This is like a Disney music trivia game, like a Name That Tune type of game. I think it was brand new, factory sealed, but at $15, that was not happening. Pretty awesome, though. I actually thought about getting it. I knew the wife and I could have some fun with it, but I passed for that price. Had it been $5, maybe would have grabbed it. So that was it for Salvation Army, and then on to one of my all-time favorite stops when I head out to the Hershey, Pennsylvania area. That is American Home Video Center, one of the last few remaining rental stores that I even know about. So this was awesome. The lady who runs this place is like the nicest, coolest lady. I love coming in here. Look at this. VHS. That's awesome. To still see VHS tapes in a rental store. Very cool. And cheap too, but nothing I need to grab in there, unfortunately. So over here I had to check out what they were going on with what was going on with the DVDs and Blu-rays. Not many Blu-rays, unfortunately, but lots of DVDs. Unfortunately, not much in the way of anything I needed, which is definitely a shame. But tons and tons of stuff to look through. A lot of cool titles in here. As you can see. But unfortunately, like I said, guys, there's not much in the way of anything I needed. Some newer titles, but newer titles I already own. But on the next wall, there was some better stuff over here. Some even newer titles than on the last wall. And unfortunately, not a lot in here I needed either, but there was at least one or two titles I wanted to pick up. So that was good, but not too much to offer on here. It was kind of slim pickings. I think somebody's been here before me and picked through everything, because this wall usually has a lot more stuff on it. And again, more VHS, which is really, really cool. But unfortunately, once again, nothing I needed. A lot of blank DVD cases. If I needed some of those, that would have been really cool. But I didn't need to get any of those, so I did pass. And just for the heck of it, I wanted to walk around and show you guys this store some more. I've actually done a whole tour video of this this rental store. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. But I just had to walk through here. This guy thought I was crazy. He was really like, "Why are you filming?" So he was kind of freaked out by the fact that I was doing that. But I don't know. I just wanted to walk around, show you the store. I love this place. It's great. If I don't hit up any stores on the way out here, this is the one store I have to stop at. And then Goodwill number 2. This is the one right outside Hershey, Pennsylvania. And it's a newer Goodwill. They opened up a couple years ago. It used to be kind of a little rinky-dink Goodwill. Now it's pretty decent sized. Unfortunately, they had a decent amount of stuff, but it's really a bunch of very common titles and stuff I already have and didn't need. They had some David Hasselhoff there, though. I thought about getting that, but I didn't. So again, just a lot of really common stuff that unfortunately I didn't need to grab, and even one bootleg there in the back. So yeah, I mean, it happens. Sometimes you hit big, sometimes you hit really nothing at all. But luckily, in the back of the stores where I actually do find a few titles I wanted to pick up, so it wasn't a complete loss. But as far as this rack was concerned, as far as the DVDs were concerned, nothing I needed to grab, nothing I was going to pick up, unfortunately. But again, guys, that's just how it goes. So as you can see, very common stuff. They still have all these shout about like music and shout about movies releases. They had them last when I was here. Guess nobody wants them. It's a fun game. I actually recommend picking those up if you're looking to play a fun DVD game. They're pretty cool. But didn't need them. I actually already have those. So yeah, again, just nothing. Rows and rows of nothing I needed to grab. Look, there's some Scholastic Storybook, but nothing. And there's Cinema Sickness Jr. to say hello. He wanted to say hi. Alright, so a few more stuff here. This one I probably would have grabbed the Sesame Street, but unfortunately the disc was scratched, so I did have to pass on that. Otherwise, that I probably would have picked up. And just nothing was working out for me here. Again, I know I keep saying it, but just such common stuff and such things I have. Nothing I needed to grab. So bummed. So Nip Tuck, not a show I'm a fan of. Wife likes that show, but not so much something I'm into. And even the CDs, again, just nothing I needed to grab. Very disappointing. But things turned around. Came back here, looked through their VHS, and I did actually find a few titles I wanted to pick up, and a few of them were pretty good. Some stuff I've actually been on the hunt for, and some like out of print stuff and never released DVD stuff. So actually some pretty good titles back here, and definitely the gold mine, I would say, of the Goodwill, because unfortunately up front's just no titles I wanted to grab up there, but definitely some goodies back here. And of course I had to look through the electronics section, and this was about it. Some coffee makers, like a boombox, like a crock pot. That was about it. So there you go. Like I said, did grab a few titles. So alright, that was it for the second Goodwill, and now on to the Blue Mountain Thrift Store. Very excited about this. This is their brand new store. They used to have another location that was kind of a crappy location. Look at this place. This is a beautiful looking store. Their last store was like an old warehouse. It was really dirty and just grungy inside. I mean, it was not a pretty store. This is set up really, really nice. I was blown away by how great this store looked, and very excited for that. And here are the DVDs being blocked by somebody who's looking through them. So, passed on the free Bibles there. Yeah, this is a Christian thrift store, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And over to the CDs, which also had somebody blocking them, and I was not able to look through them. Okay, so once that guy moved out of the way, I was able to look through these and check out all the CDs, and look at all those. And out of all these CDs, that was it. Only thing I had any interest in picking up, unfortunately. Luckily, there were a few more goodies here in the DVDs. Actually, see there's some Blu-rays there, some decent DVDs. So there were some good titles in here, a few I wanted to pick up, so it wasn't a complete bust. Well, there was at least, I think there was one I wanted to pick up, actually. So, okay, not a lot I wanted to grab, but definitely one I wanted to grab. I think I grabbed the VHS as well, if not mistaken. So, some okay stuff in here. Not a ton, not the greatest haul, not a lot of good finds, but it is what it is. Again, this trip just wasn't the best. It was just kind of a mediocre trip. They had a lot of these Hindi movies, and I hope that using that term isn't like racist or something. I swear on the DVD there it says movies Hindi. So if that is any kind of derogatory term, blame the DVD packaging. They said it. So I don't know, Bollywood, Indian movies, whatever you want to call them. They had a ton of them. I know nothing about those films, so I did pass. But some of them were horror films, so I actually kind of was intrigued. And this Legends of Oz. I've heard such bad things about this movie, and I've wanted to check it out ever since I heard those things. And, jingle bells. Okay, I've been on the hunt for this for the longest time. I was unable to find it, no matter where I went. This was the one title I never came across to complete my set. I finally broke down, ordered it off of eBay, and sure enough, what do? I come across a copy. Always happens, and that is the creepiest statue I've ever seen. So, alright guys, there you go. That was it for my trip out to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Hitting up a lot of great stores, so let's take a look at everything I picked up, and here we go. Well, alright guys, there you go. That was my trip out to Hershey, Pennsylvania. As you can see, lots and lots of titles to look through. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that I found necessarily anything like overly amazing, not the greatest hunt I've ever had on the way out to Hershey, but not a bad one either. As you're about to see, I got a decent amount of stuff here for some great prices, so let's take a look at everything I grabbed. So hopefully I'm going to show you these in the same order as I shot the video in, I think, if I have these sitting here on my table correctly. So first up is the stuff I grabbed from the first Goodwill, which is the one store I got the most from. So first thing I picked up here was Alice in Chains, A Jar of Flies. Great album, great band. Paid $1.97 for this, but I'll gladly pay $1.97 for some Alice in Chains. Again, fantastic. Also grabbed Rage Against the Machine, The Battle of Los Angeles, which is the last of the Rage Against the Machine albums. I mean, as far as their like major studio albums, I think they had like 3 studio albums, and they had like that other album that was like something else. I forget. I think it's the last Rage Against the Machine album I need, if I'm not mistaken. So, very cool. I do enjoy Rage Against the Machine, good band, and also $2, very awesome. And had to grab this. This is the Twilight Saga Eclipse. I did not have the soundtrack to Eclipse yet, so very awesome. Surprisingly, I don't come across these as much as you would think. These and Harry Potter, like I never in a million years would think I would ever have a hard time finding the soundtracks to the Twilight series or the Harry Potter films. Surprisingly, don't come across them as much as I thought I would. So maybe people just hold on to this. I don't know. I thought they'd be everywhere. They were such big movies. Everybody was into them for like a while. You just think the soundtracks would be just like I throw a rock and I'd hit one. I don't do that too often, so I was pretty excited to actually come across that. So $2 for this. Also had to pick it up. This I was really excited for, actually. This is really cool. This is Metallica, Master of Puppets, my second favorite Metallica album. My first still being Death Magnetic. Say what you will, I still think it's like their best album. I don't care if it's like their newest album, it's their best album. But Master of Puppets is definitely my second favorite. I love the songs I hear. I mean, the song Master of Puppets in general is one of my all-time favorite Metallica songs. So this is really cool. I actually almost bought this for $5 at Walmart. $5 is like a Walmart like dump bin with what am I saying? Walmart has a $5 dump in. It's very, I don't even know what I'm saying right stuff. It's very early in the morning. So Walmart has a $5 dump in with CDs in it, just like they do with DVDs and stuff like that. But they also have one for CDs, and they had Master of Puppets. And I thought about grabbing it. I was like, nah, I'm gonna come across it eventually. It's Master of Puppets. How can I not come across it eventually? I really don't come across as much as I thought I was going to, but finally coming across it once again for $2. So saved myself $3. Can't complain about that. So very cool. Metallica, Master of Puppets. Awesome. Great album. All right, now on to some actual cinema. So I did pick this up, The Greatest Adventures Stories from the Bible, The Nativity. I've said it before, the reason I get these is because really they're Hanna-Barbera. I don't mind stories from the Bible. I myself am not religious, but biblical stories are certainly, they're great. They do make for really good stories. You know, whatever you choose to believe them or not, they're still good stories, whether they're true or not. They're good stories. So you got that going, but also it's Hanna-Barbera. It's a Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Hanna-Barbera animation. If anybody else, well, it's just anybody else, but if some like no-name company was handling the animation of this, I'd pass on it. But it's Hanna-Barbera. It's the same thing if it was like Disney or something like that. I'd be like, well, you know, it's Disney. I gotta pick it up. It's Hanna-Barbera. I gotta pick these up. And I've watched one, and they're not bad. It's great. It's great Hanna-Barbera animation. It's a decent story. It's cool. I mean, they don't get too preachy, which is also good. So very awesome, very cool. Paid maybe like 50 cents for this. Then for $3, and you guys can let me know about this, I picked up the complete first series of Cold Feet. I know nothing about this TV series. I guess it's a British series. This is a Region 2 DVD. I have no idea. On 2 discs. They were both completely scratch-free. And I figured I'm gonna jump on it. I don't know. Not something I'm gonna come across very often. Had it been more expensive, I would have passed on it. But for $3, I'm not gonna pass on something that who knows if we'll ever come across again. For all I know, this is an absolutely fantastic series. I don't know. You guys, let me know. I've never seen it. I assume you guys out there from the UK and you like to clue me in on stuff like this. So clue me in. I don't know. What is it about? Leave some comments. This was cool. This was brand new factory sealed. This is Iron Man, the complete 1994 animated television series. And I said it was factory sealed. Cinemasticus Jr. was like reaching for my movies. I'm like, okay, here you go. I figured I'd handle the one that was factory sealed just because, I don't know, it seemed like for some reason less damage you could do to it. And he starts ripping the plastic off. And I was like, okay, that's enough of that. So whatever. Not that it matters. Paid $3 for this. I'm just grabbing this as a backup. I already own this, but when do I come across a brand new copy of this for $3? Never. So I just picked it up again as a backup. I wasn't going to pass on that. I had to grab it. And then this is really cool. Bundled together for only $2.97, $3 were some personal video discs, some PVDs for the video now. We have Fear Factor Volume 1, SpongeBob Volume 6, and Jimmy Neutron Volume 3. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jimmy Neutron Volume 3 I have, SpongeBob Volume 6 I do not have, and I don't have any Fear Factor PVDs yet. Fear Factor was a show I really was never all that into, so I never really bothered to pick any of those up, but I'll check it out. Maybe I can't really say I'm never really into, I never really watched the show. I caught bits and pieces of it, and it was like, not really my thing, but I'll actually maybe sit down and watch a whole episode and learn more about it. Really cool though is that the SpongeBob and Jimmy Neutron, brand new, factory sealed, never touched. And you know what? I just realized I never took the tape off this. I never checked the Fear Factor. So let's do it now. Let's see if the Fear Factor is scratch free. I don't think it's ever been touched until now. All right, as I mentioned, it's very late. It's very, very early in the morning right now. I'm like dead tired. So, very, very cool. Completely scratch-free. So whoever owned these apparently did not want them because they never touched them. So awesome. Some more PVDs for my collection. Can't go wrong with that. All right, then we move on to the Salvation Army. As you saw, tons of VHS at this Salvation Army. Look at the row of DVDs. shelves and shelves and shelves full of VHS. If you're a VHS fan, this is a store to hit up. They had just so much stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of it was stuff I already had. A lot of it was common titles. I didn't really see anything like overly rare or anything like that. But cool, some cool things I wanted to pick up. So first thing I grabbed here was The Howling 6, The Freaks. Now I do already own this movie on, I think I have it on DVD, but I love the artwork. It was really cool. And Squeeze and Shake case. Can't go wrong with that. This was from Squeeze and Shake case, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is Hollywood Video. I think that's a Hollywood Video sticker right there. So very cool. I'm trying to see if it says anywhere now. I don't see it saying anywhere it's Hollywood Video. But nevertheless, very, very cool. Again, I just grabbed it for the artwork because I thought that it had great artwork. I want to see if the the VHS doesn't say anywhere, but it does have the please rewind after you sticker. Look at that gold sticker. I feel like I just won a trip to Willy Wonka's factory. That's crazy. So, and then it won't go back in. There we go. So very awesome. The Howling 6. Just cool for the artwork. This was great. This is Shapeshifter. Look at that, which is actually a full moon movie. So very cool. I've never seen it, but like I said, it was full moon, and yeah, I'll pick anything up full moon. So very cool. Apparently, it's science fiction. Look at all these. Here we go. This was some guys. Remember Video Update? Anybody out there remember that rental store? I don't know if that was like all over the place, or that was just kind of here in Pennsylvania. I remember Video Update. That was cool. Awesome. Love all these stickers. I love those stickers on the tapes. Some people take the time to get these off. I don't. I leave them on. It's part of the tape. It's part of the history of this tape, in my opinion. I love it. Then I grabbed This Is Elvis. I think it's brand new factory seal. I don't think this is restring grabbed. 50% off. Used discount code number 62. All sales are final. I have no idea where this was from. What is that? Why is there a little flip thing on here? It's bizarre. I don't know what that's... Look. I get... Essentially... Oh, wow. Okay. This is, I guess... This is the suggested retail price of $25, but you can tear that... If you're able to take that off, and basically it's more stars underneath it. So if whoever was selling this didn't want you to know this was supposed to, just a retail price of $25 because they wanted to charge you $50 for it, they could just take that right off. That's pretty sneaky. So there you go. Very cool. So I've never seen This Is Elvis. So awesome. And this was great because this is not, I don't believe this is ever released a DVD. This is The Deadliest Art, which is the best of martial arts films. So Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Cynthia Rothrock, Sammo Hung, and Sho Kasugi? I don't know if I know who that is off the top of my head. So very cool. I guess just a movie all about just the best action scene, maybe a compilation of action scenes. I'm not really sure. 20th Century Fox release, and like I said, if I'm not mistaken, never released a DVD. So pretty awesome. I love martial arts films, and this is just a compilation of just kick-butt martial arts scenes from movies. I'm sold. All right, so then from American Home Video Center, which is like one of the last rental stores I even know about. It's out in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. I freaking love this store. Lady who runs the place is so nice. A lot of my movie memorabilia that I have hanging around, like posters and all kinds of stuff like that, came from this store. Super awesome store. Again, super nice lady who runs the place. She does not care if I film it. I walk in. I never ask. I just walk in with camera blazing, and she knows me, and she's cool with me to just videotape whatever I want. She's awesome lady, and I highly recommend it if you're ever in the Lebanon, Pennsylvania area. Hit the store up. It's really cool. Support it. It's a rental store. You gotta support your. If you have a rental store nearby, don't rent. Don't go to Redbox. Don't go to Netflix. Just once a week, stop into your local rental store, rent something, keep the store alive. What's it gonna cost you? Like $5 to rent something? It's $5 a week. Just do it. Rent. If I had a rental store anywhere near me, I would totally do it. This store is nowhere near me, unfortunately. But how to pick this up? This is Rock the Casbah. Very cool. Funny. Apparently, this did not get rented when I because the lady always knows I want to check the discs first to make sure they're not scratched. So when I say, "Oh, I'd like to see this," there's no disc inside it. She'll go over to behind the counter and grab a stack of 2 or 3 copies that she has, and lets me look through each one of the discs and see if I can find one that's not scratched. She goes, well, this, I had 2 titles. I had this and something else. She goes, okay, this one, I don't know if you're going to find a good copy of it. It rented a lot. She goes, But I guarantee you, all the copies I have of Rock the Casbah are going to be in good shape. And every disc was perfectly fine. None of them had any scratches on it. She's like, nobody rented this movie. Nobody had any idea what this was or cared about it. So, very cool. I had to pick it up. Bill Murray. Why would I not buy this? That's awesome. I haven't heard anything about this movie. So, was it any good? I have no idea. I had not heard anything about this movie whatsoever, but I was intrigued. I want to check it out, and for $5, I had to grab it. Very, very cool. Glad that nobody rented this because I got myself a copy in perfect condition. Very cool, and I'm a sucker for this too. The rental artwork. I become so nostalgic for rental stores. All right, then on to the second Goodwill, and this is where I found some really cool stuff. So first thing I grabbed here for, I guess these are all $1 a piece. Grabbed Maroon. Very cool. Definitely want to see this movie. Some Gregory Peck, I guess, trapped in space. That sounds awesome, so I had to pick that up. Lots of fun stickers all over this one. Property of Farmore? Look at that. That's different. Weird. I don't know what Farmore is. Very cool, though. Then had to grab this. Some National Geographic that I actually didn't have. With African wildlife. Very cool. I love Nat Geo. I will always pick up Nat Geo when I come across it that I don't have. I have a huge, ridiculous, insane National Geographic documentary collection with, from everything from VHS to Laserdisc to DVD. I have so much National Geographic. It is absolutely nuts. But you know what? They're great documentaries. I love documentaries. My all-time favorite genre of film. So, of course, had to grab this because it's getting kind of rare that I come across ones I actually need. This is great because this was, if I'm not mistaken, never released to DVD. I do believe, I think there's an unauthorized copy of this is out there, but I don't believe it's ever officially been released to DVD. And that is Bernard and the Genie. Yeah, look at that. The fact of this, I mean, look at Alan Cumming. Look at him. What's he, like, 13 there? Like, okay. He's not. He's. I think he's older, but he looks like he's like 12 on like the cover of this artwork. When is this even from? 1991. So I have no idea. Rowan Atkinson's in this. I had to pick this up. This looks insane. Like I don't know what this is. I have no idea. I just saw Alan Cumming, and it's called Bernard and the Genie, and I was like, what's Mr. Bean's in it? Yeah, I'm buying this. And it never officially released a DVD, so score 1 for me. And also another score here, because this is also never been released to DVD. It has been released to DVD-R, so even if I do get the DVD-R copy, I'll still keep my VHS copy, and that is Welcome to Whoop Whoop. And what's really cool about this is I just only recently added this to my wish list. Maybe in the last month or so, I added this to my wish list because when I watch VHS tapes, I always sit through the coming attractions. Not so much for DVDs, unless it's like an older DVD, or same thing with Blu-rays. Blu-rays, DVDs, I don't really do it unless, again, it's an older DVD maybe than I will. But with VHS tapes, I always sit through the coming attractions because a lot of times it introduces me to movies I've never heard of. A lot of them are movies that have never been released to DVD. All kinds of titles that I'm like, I had no idea this movie existed. Some little low-budget movie that didn't do very well, nobody talks about, never got a DVD release. And I come across them and learn about them through coming attractions, and that's what happened with Welcome to Whoop Whoop. A movie I had never freaking heard about. And I saw a trailer for it and I went, that looks like an awesome movie. Adding it to my wish list, and like I said, it's only ever gotten a DVD-R release, so very, very cool. Very excited about that. And apparently another rental. Oh, Hollywood Video. There you go. So very awesome. I am really excited to check this out because ever since I saw the trailer for it, I really wanted to see that. All right, and then on to what's it, Blue Mountain Thrift Shop or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Really, really cool. Their new store is so nice. Last time I was out in the Hershey, Pennsylvania area was on a Sunday, and unfortunately, since it is a Christian run, not unfortunately it's Christian run, but unfortunately it's closed on Sundays because it's a Christian run thrift store. They obviously take off on their Sundays. We were out there, they were closed, and I was all kind of bummed out about that because it was their new store. They used to be in this kind of crappy, like, it looked like a warehouse. In fact, the store they used to be in, that building is now demolished. Right? Joe passed it. That building's not even there anymore. So yeah, that building was in really bad shape, and it kind of makes sense as to why they tore it down. I'm sure they're going to build something a lot nicer there now. But they moved into this new store, as you saw in the video. It's beautiful inside, nice like display units and shelving, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, this looks so like it was night and day. It went from this crappy rundown store that was like just dirty and made you feel disgusting going inside to something beautiful now. So very, very cool. Unfortunately, not a lot I wanted to grab in the way of titles when I was in there, but I did find some cool stuff, and it was definitely nice to go into their store for the first time. And this is awesome, because if I'm not mistaken, this has also never been released to DVD. Fatso, some Dom DeLuise right here. Very, very awesome. I've heard of this movie. I've never seen it, so that's awesome. And again, if I'm not mistaken, never released to DVD, so really cool find right here. And I paid, I think this was like a, doesn't say, I think this was $1 if I'm not mistaken, so $1 for this. Very cool deal. Then I paid, I think this is $2 if I'm not mistaken, or 3, 4, no, I think it's only $1 actually. I got, the one and only CD I picked up was 22 Jacks, Uncle Bob. So a great punk band right here, 22 Jacks, good band. That was it. This is all I wanted to grab. As you saw, the whole shelf of CDs. This is it. This is the only title I need to pick up, so, oh well. I grabbed it, but for the only title I needed to grab, it was definitely a good one, so I was pretty excited about that. And then the one and only DVD I picked up, and not exactly the best movie. I've heard really bad things about this, but I've just been intrigued since I've heard such bad things, and that is Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return. Yeah, I hear this is kind of crappy, but you know what? I really wanted to check it out. Ever since I've heard just such bad things about this, I was like, I gotta see this movie. I want to see what this is all about. So I've been waiting to come across a copy of it in good shape for cheap, and I paid like $3 for this. So yeah, I jumped on it. So very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how bad this actually is. Maybe I'll watch it with Simpsons Jr. He might get a kick out of it. I'm not expecting much, and that's okay by me. I know I'm getting myself into with this one. So that was almost it. But one thing I did not show you guys in the video, I didn't do any filming there, was because I didn't expect to really do any hunting there. We hit up Hobby Lobby. If you've never been to a Hobby Lobby, you guys probably at least heard of them. They got into some hot water like last year. They were like, they're another Christian-run store, and there was some big controversy with like them not wanting. I think it was something with birth control or something like that. Like they didn't want to let like their employees, like the insurance that their employees had, allow birth control. I don't know, big whole stink about that. So I'm sure you at least heard of them. But it's a pretty cool store. Like for I mean, it's everything from arts and crafts. It's kind of like Michael's meets like a Joann Fabrics meets like just an awesome like home decor store. It's a pretty awesome place. I actually really like the store, even though their personal policies might not be my favorite. But the store's pretty awesome. My wife likes it, so my wife wanted to go, and I went in. And of course, I had to go look at the home decor stuff because they do have some like movie-related home decor stuff. Nothing really I needed to grab there, but they had a little aisle full of like superhero stuff and comic book stuff, and I saw these. They were half price, 50% off. I had to grab them. Check these out, guys. Darth Vader. What do you get? Handles. Like drawer handles. I guess I'll call these. Darth Vader drawer handles. Look at that. So why did I grab these? For the table right here. This table just is the normal table I got from Big Lots. It just has regular handles on it. I am going to replace those. My handles on my table in front of me are going to be Darth Vader handles. That is so freaking awesome. I was lucky enough to get the last 2 of these. I had 2 left. In fact, this one was in the little bin. This one was the display one, the one that was like on the front of the display, and luckily it wasn't damaged or anything like that. So I unscrewed it off. It's still, it's still the tag and everything still on. So I just unscrewed it off and took it. I was like, thank you. So hopefully they don't mind. I took the display piece. Oh well, if they do, whatever. But very awesome, very very cool to get these. I'm so excited to put them on the table. They're gonna look awesome. They also had ones that were more of like an oval shape. Think like the Batman logo that said Star Wars, just the Star Wars logo. Those were cool too. They actually only had 2 of those also. One of them being the display piece, but the display had like a big scratch on it. So I did pass on that. I was actually going to get that because I have a drawer back on the other side of these shelves here that I would have loved to have put those on, but it is what it is. Maybe next time I'm out there, if they're still there, I'll grab them. But I was happy about these two because they're gonna look fantastic on this table. And these were came out to $8. They're supposed to be 8 a piece, but they were half off, so 4 a piece, $8. That's fine by me. Awesome. So very, very cool. And definitely glad the wife wanted to stop at Hobby Lobby because it paid off. Very awesome. So there you go, guys. That was it. That is everything I grabbed for my trip out to Hershey, Pennsylvania. So like I said, I don't want to say it was a bad trip. It wasn't. I got a lot of cool stuff. I found some things that were like never released a DVD and whatnot. It was just kind of a weird trip. I wouldn't say it was my best trip ever out there. Nothing that necessarily blew me away, but still really cool stuff. I mean, the Woot was pretty awesome because it's only been released DVD-R. The Bernard and the Genie was really cool. Fatso, that's really neat. So I did grab definitely a lot of cool stuff, and I didn't pay very much for this at all. So all in all, it was definitely a good trip. So. All right, guys, there you go. Like I said, it's very freaking early in the morning right now. I don't know why I wait so late to do these videos, especially videos like this that require a lot of editing. I should really just, if I'm gonna wait to this late to do a video, I should just do something very simple and easy. And I don't. I always make it like, let's take the most difficult videos I have to make and just wait till forever to do them. So I'm going to go get some sleep now. So, all right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you're not already subscribed, I do a brand new daily Cygnus video every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button, you're going to see a new video from me every single day, I promise. And also, if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, hoodie, tank top, any kind of thing like that, head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself cool Cinema Sickness gear. That would be appreciated also. And if you want to keep videos like this coming your way and really help me out, head over to patreon.com/Cinema Sickness where you can become a patron, share your support. Any tiny little bit helps and is very much greatly appreciated. So, all right, again, that is it. I am going to go get some sleep. I am so freaking tired, so have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. And there you go, guys. The Darth Vader drawer handle is looking fantastic. I love it. $8. Amazingly well spent. See you guys later. Bye.